Hello and welcome. I just watched episode 11 of Watashi no Shiawase na Kekkon, or My Happy Marriage. And last week I watched episode 10, but I was feeling very sick and I did not really feel like talking. So I guess this is going to be the react for episodes 10 and 11. A lot of stuff happened in 10. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that Kiyoka lost in a supernatural abilities fight. I mean, it makes sense why, because the glasses guy cheated. He outright cheated. It was such an underhand move to use make a clone of Miyo and make it seem like she was going to be in danger if Kiyoka finished his attack. That's just a dick move. I don't think Kiyoka would have done the same if he ended up in that position. Maybe if you got him desperate enough, but then again, we also see why Glasses Guy was desperate enough to use that ability, to use that tactic against Kiyoka. It's because Miyo being in the... I just looked it up. Usaba, I think? Being in that household and thus not marrying Kiyoka, it's really important to Glasses Guy because that's his whole identity, really. As we learned in episode 11, he's a person without a role in life. He's a boat without a mission to sail, a destination to go to. And he feels like he only has purpose as it relates to Miyo because the government's not calling upon his family to get rid of grotesqueries anymore. No, now that's part of the military. So what else does he have in life? Well, someone's got to protect the person-born dream site, and we know it's Miyo, and if she were to have been brought up in the Usaba household as she ought to have been in their minds, then he would have been the one to be her protector and her future husband. But it's not so much that he wants Miyo romantically, sexually, anything like that, no. Ultimately, he wants the role of protector. He wants a job that only he can do. And in their family, that would be basically eternally being by Miyo's side and keeping her from harm because she is just so important. It sucks that his whole identity is warped into that, to the point that he's working with His Majesty. Is he the Emperor or King? I can't remember anymore, it's been a while. He's working with someone who seems to be doing horrible things. We don't really know what exactly he's doing or why he's doing things, but he's desperate enough to form bargains with powerful people just to get his purpose in life. And, well, Miyo, she's putting her foot down. She's not just letting anything happen anymore. She knows where she wants to be. Unfortunately, it took her a while to figure that out. As she said herself, she knew all along what her answer really ought to have been when given the choice between going to live with her mother's family or staying with the man she loves. I understand why she felt conflicted at first because, she's still struggling to get over the trauma, like the thought that she can't rely on other people, that she has to weather every storm alone. And I think also in a way, she felt like she just ruined everything with Kiyoka because they had a fight. He got mad at her and said things. And so that made her say things that she didn't necessarily mean either. She knew all along that she wanted to stay with him, but she didn't say what she meant. And in episode 11, we're seeing her basically have to live through the consequences of that inability to say what she meant. If she would have decided to stay with Kiyoka, then he would have had more leg to stand on, other than having a duel over her. He might have been able to do something different. She might have been able to go back home with him. I do wonder what exactly was causing Miyo's nightmares. Was it her supernatural ability awakening, or trying to break out of the whatever spell that her mother cast to seal away her abilities? I'm very curious because I kind of always took it as Glasses Guy basically inflicting that upon Miyo. I mean, he's kind of messed up. Not only is he wrapping his whole identity and self-worth on Miyo, but he also obviously will go to great lengths, even possibly to hurt people, just to get his sense of fulfillment. Part of me does wonder why the Usaba family has not been called upon to deal with grotesqueries. Is it just like nationalizing every single aspect of things, putting everything into the military to deal with stuff? I wonder. I don't know, I think I feel like, honestly, I need to rewatch everything because I'm feeling a little disconnected from the show. I've been watching it every single week, but I feel like things are a little awkward. Like, something in my head's not entirely making sense. I'm not sure why. Part of it might be because I'm assuming it ends at episode 12. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I feel like there's 2 episodes worth of like wrapping things up. Sure, ultimately they need to wrap up the Miyo and Kiyoka situation. They need to get together. There's no way the show can end with them not getting together. But then what about all the stuff that's been happening in the background? Like Miyo wanting to see Kyoka's family. That doesn't ultimately matter. But I wanted to see it. I wanted to see the dress clothes for the party, okay? Leave me alone. But more importantly, all the grotesqueries and like that stuff invading the capital and the drama in the royal family. I can't remember still. Like, what's all that about? What is the dude's plan? What exactly did he get out of the bargain to help Glasses Guy get Miyo? Oh, maybe he was causing the nightmares, not Glasses Guy. Okay, gotcha. And that's fucked up! That's even more fucked up! And Glasses Guy was okay with it? Wow, okay. Dang. Well, at least he seems to be coming around now and understanding that Miyo is not the way that he thought she was. She's not messed up in the way that she feels like she has no purpose and life has no meaning. I mean, at the beginning of the show, she felt like life had no meaning because her birth family shat on her all the time and treated her like a servant, and she thought that that was just going to be the rest of her life. But she never desired a sense of purpose per se, and she wasn't desperately looking for one really. She's fine with just being Kyoka's wife. She's not going to get the self-fulfillment that she's looking for from being a dream site maiden. I'm very curious to see how this show wraps up. I can't believe we're almost basically at the end. Thank you very much for tuning in, and until next time, I think I'm going to call this good. Thank you very much for tuning in, and until next time, I think I'm going to call this good.